People say they're capitalists, but they only have one capital. I've got four. Okay, so that makes me a much better capitalist.
Hi Mark, your ultimate objective is to change, with big words, the economic system. So what do you mean by that?
So at the moment, when we look at the economic system, it accounts for finance, but it doesn't include nature. It doesn't include people. It doesn't include society. The things that we all in our daily lives really care about. The economic system, as it stands, is all based around finances, and we're incentivized to make more money. Now, money is a proxy for these other things, and we need to include all of these. A bit like a music equalizer, if you move up one of the dials really high, what you'll get is music that doesn't sound very good. If you optimize them and have the finance, the people, the nature, the society all at the right level, you'll get music that will be really nice to listen to.
Right.
Instead of it all being based around one capital, finance, we can base it around nature, natural capital, we can base it around human capital, people, or we can base it around the trust that we have in institutions. If that was how we judge success, we'd have a very different economic system. So ultimately, what we want to be able to do in the next 10 years is for that economic system to recognize all four of those capitals. We need to get all of the issues that matter to us, the wildfires, my pets, my family, recognized. If it's not including those things, and they're all externalities, which is a word we tend to use in our work.
Outside of that economic
outside
system.
of the economic system, because those externalities, if we don't bake them into the way that we make decisions, then we're making ill-informed decisions. Then we end up with things going wrong and actually affecting climate change, biodiversity loss, the inequalities, because they're not recognized in the economic system.
So that's what you're trying to evaluate.
Yes, so there's been lots of testing of this idea of valuing what really matters.
Yes.
Had lots of voluntary approaches, businesses, governments around the world have tried it. But now what we need is consistency in that approach so that it actually becomes the system that we all use. So at the moment, the core thing that we're doing is building that confidence in the numbers. And the way we do that is we make sure that there is a consistency, a robustness in the rules that we follow, so that we all structure it in the same way, that we actually present it with the same information, whether I'm looking at a mining company or whether I'm looking at a forestry company or an electric car company, whatever it is, I can understand what they're all saying in a consistent way. Then the investors can make direct investments in the right things. It's much easier to aggregate these efforts if we can have that consistency and the confidence in the valuation of nature, people, and society.
So right now there are a lot of new regulations, some laws who are telling companies what to do in terms of measuring and valuing these relationships. What's your role vis-à-vis these regulations?
So most of the regulations around disclosure, they tell you what to disclose. What we're doing is we're bringing in how. So how do you understand those relationships to make sure they're strategic, not just to disclose, but also for your organization? So the big thing we were looking at is confidence and trust. So at the moment, people may do studies or assessments or all of that, but do we really believe the process and do we have confidence in that? Is if we can build that confidence so that if you've understood a little bit more about your relationship with nature or people, you can take that to your CFO, you can take that to an investor, and they can trust the information because there's governance behind it, consistency in the way that we do it. If we can make those results trustworthy, then people will start using them. Because it's not that we can't do this work, it's that we don't trust the results.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.